In this world of marketing and storytelling, you're telling these stories internally to rally the troops and get your workforce behind the message and the inspiration and the drive of what you want to commit to your external customers and to your external story. Then you're delivering that externally, and then all the extra groups around, right? Whether it's investors or shareholders or alumni or whatever it is, there's so many different avenues and places that you can go. How do you, as an expert storyteller, which you are, how do you think about like helping leaders, or how should leaders think about training themselves to be better storytellers, right? How do, especially those leaders who may not be naturally good communicators or naturally good at storytelling? Like, what do you say to a marketing person who's a really good operational marketer, and the difference and the glass ceiling for them to break through is to become a really good storyteller? What do you say to that person?
First of all, I'm not sure if calling me a good storyteller is a compliment or not. I'll take it as one. It could also mean I'm a good BSer, I guess, but I'll take your intentions as positive. I think there are three things. So I think it's a skill that can be developed. Not every George Kurtz at CrowdStrike was a technical guy. He had to be taught how to do this. So it's live crisis drills, simulating real scenarios. Every organization should plan for the worst, whether it's a cybersecurity incident, a reliability incident, what happens when something really bad happens, go through an end-to-end exercise, figure out all the different touch points, all the different stakeholders, all the different channels, and make sure that you role play every single one of those. So I think it's something that has to be practiced. I think getting media training for executives, you can tell which executives have gone through media training and which ones haven't. Elon Musk has not gone through media training, but someone like Tim Cook or George Kurtz has very clearly gone through media training. There are some fundamentals of communication that media training will just prepare you for that can't be faked. So I think it's really important to put execs through media training. If you're going to put them as the face of a crisis, give them some tooling to be able to do that. Essentially, the key part behind media training is just not to go off the script. And I think you can see what happens when people do and don't go on the script all the time. And then I think having feedback loops, right? So as you are preparing for crisis comms, I think you have to have opportunities to refine the messaging. I don't think you can have too many people involved. Crisis comms can't be something where you democratize the comms across everybody,
Sure.
But it is something that requires some feedback loops. So I think it's good to have a team of people that you as an executive can rely on for candid feedback to make sure you put what you put out to the world is going to meet your expectations.
And I also think, and I'm curious if you agree with this, there's also like the humane side of this too, right? Because you can go through all this training, which I completely agree with you on, and you can take all the sort of God-given talents you have for being able to public speak and combine that with the training and the coaching. But people have to also feel a sense of genuineness in terms of what you're delivering, right? Because whether it's employees or it's people publicly on social media at a conference, if it comes off as too trained or too corporate or too rehearsed, the sort of authenticity of the message you're delivering, I think, starts to get diluted, right?
I think it's better if I were to err on one side, I would err slightly towards being a little bit more stick to the script than being human. I think the best leaders can pull off both. I think Tim Cook of Apple is somebody who very rarely goes off script, but still can come across as a human being. I think where companies get into trouble is where you wing it, where you haven't been prepared, where you tell a reporter or someone in the media, that's really where you see these spiral out of control, where you drop some sort of soundbite that is not the soundbite that you had rehearsed for because you tried to improvise something in real time to come across as a human. There are significant dangers there, especially if you're at a public company where there are serious consequences. So I would lean towards being more conservative, but I think that, if you can pull off both, and I think, again, CrowdStrike did a great job with this. That's the best way to mitigate damage from prices.
Hey, if you're getting value from today's conversation, make sure you subscribe right now so you don't miss any future episodes of the Aspire to Inspire podcast.